Hi Wandase. I hope you guys are good because I'm also good. I hope you guys are good. And I just want to welcome you first and also welcome the new subscribers. I see you there. Like, I know, guys, how did we get to 6,000? Yo, I'm so surprised, but thank you so much for the love. Thank you for interacting. Thank you for liking the video, and thank you for joining. Yeah, there's this thing when abantu abatsha, like e-visitors and new people joining, let's welcome the important people. So I welcome you guys, and hence I'm doing this video for all the new subbies, since I feel like everyone is new. Because okay, I'm not saying that, because bakhona abayaba bekhona even then when I was doing the fitness thing. Like, I see those ones, so I am not seeing you, I am seeing you. Anyway, all I want to say is that I welcome you and thank you very much, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate this. So today I am doing a get to know me video, and I decided to do this because a lot of you guys joined me now, and most of you know me from TikTok, right? So you might know a little bit about me. So I thought, let me just make a get to know me, ask you guys to ask me questions on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok, so I can answer them, and hopefully it will give you an insight of who I am, or who am I, something like that. So that once I start posting, you're not confused as to kubani loana, like asmazi, who's that, what's going on, you know. That's why I'm doing this. And I am having tea because it's in the morning. So if ever you are not having anything, you better grab that glass of wine. Or why did I have to choose wine first? Uthathe iti yakho, mndazifaka ikofi yakho, uthathe ijuice yakho, and then you sit and relax, you know. But let's get to the video. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with the Instagram questions, and then go to TikTok, and then go to YouTube. Oh, the YouTube questions. YouTube got so real. I mean, like, YouTube was so real. They're asking real questions, like, how do you? I'm like, hi, guys, why are you getting personal? Why is this getting personal? I'm like, okay, you guys are getting serious. So I have my phone here. I'm gonna be checking the questions here, you know. I'm gonna try and answer the question as direct as possible. However, I am not gonna answer. You guys name Usbari. Hi Bo, what's a TikTok? Huh. I am not gonna answer questions that involve Mnanaye. Yeah, because in the future I am planning to do a couples question and answer session, because I don't want to say something engekho yena. So I'm gonna try and answer izinto as in involve mina personally, and ezingazon implicate her in any way. Yeah, I'm trying to be a considerate wife. Okay, let's start, guys. These are the questions from Instagram. Like, zininzi, but what I like is that people want to know similar things. So I like that, because abantu bebebuza into A1, not A1, I mean like similar things. And mostly I like the fact that you guys did ask basic questions, not straight to when are you gonna have kids? Haibo, guys, you do not ask such questions. But anyway, I'm gonna try and answer you. Okay, so we're gonna start with the questions. Actually, as of questions, people saying we adore you, we love you so much, we love your content, keep it authentic, keep it real, and so forth. I thank you guys so much. Thank you for the love. I am blushing. I am receiving it. And thank you that you didn't have any question. You just be like, you know what, Ngiyakthanda Sis Makoti. And others may say, maybe Teta alone, be like, Mrs. T, we see you. And sometimes andikaliqheli eligama lithi Mrs. Okay, no gama, but when people say Mrs. T, I'm like, kanene ndingu Mrs. Womuntu. Yo, guys, ukhula. Like, how did you get here? Okay, so let's start with the questions. Right, so people did not ask me my name, so I assume they know. So okay, guys, igama lami ngusibabalo Noludwe, right? and I am married. Okay, yes, I am. Yo, what does Landon doesn't blush? Okay, I am married to Mr. Casey. So igama lami lasemzini ndingusisi Uyazi. Ifani yasemzini nguCasey. So yeah, sibabalo nolutwe now Uyazi Casey. Oh my god. Anyway, how old are you? I am 28 years, turning 29 next month, right? On the 7th of February, I'm turning 29. So if you did not know, now you know. So you do not have any excuses not to wish me happy birthday. And funny gifts. Okay, that's fun. And how many siblings do you have? Okay, so I have 3 siblings. The siblings isn't two. I have 3 sisters. Like meaning all of them are sisters. So Mnango is Tatu. So yeah. Where are you originally from? Guys, I am from Eastern Cape, Engcobo, Emakhaxeni, Kuntsima, Ezilalini. That is where I'm from. But I am currently staying in Cape Town. I moved to Cape Town for 2012. That's when I started at UCT. Since then, I've been staying here, but I am originally from Eastern Cape. Actually, I am from Engcobo. So abakhaya bam, and ifuneka siyeke le nto phaa TikTok because I feel like everyone wasecofa imbaba. So if ungwasengcobo, please do comment down below and say ungumkhaya, because ndidinga abakhaya. Why everyone ungwakwasibari? Guys, this is why I'm saying nina niyakhetha phaa, niyakhetha. But I think I am loving YouTube bakwicala lam. And then what is your claim name? Abanye bathi ngubani isiduko sakho, maybe siyazalana. So isiduko sami ndinguMadlomo. uMadlomo uSophitsho ingqolo mzila, ndinguMadlomo uyemyemu uSophitsho uzondwa uvela bam, you know, vela bambentsele. Niyazazi ke ezinye guys, andifuni ugqitha. Ndonqena ugqitha because izobande le video, otherwise niyazazi. Okay, igama lasemzini bese ndiliphendule ndingu-Uyazi. Which church do you go to? So xa ndilapha eKapa, I go to View Church. It's here in Table View. I also go to my sister's church that I love so much, but ikude guys, it's a Belleville. It's Christ Kingdom Life International, but ndazilanda to CKLI, yes. So that's where I also go. I love that church so much. I also love your church. Like kandi epha ukubonela nto uqonde, sometimes you want that thing funa ivavavum. Yeah, that's where I get my vavavum. That's where I go. But good. So another question is, don't you need a PA? Yo, that's I am receiving this. It's a question, but when I do not know what this means to me, like I am receiving it. At the moment, I do not need a PA. Uthixo evuma ndase at some point. Uyabona le question, when you see the future, that ngizodinga i-PA, but ndase andiyidinga i-PA. Like yo, akho nento endiyenzayo edinga i-PA at the moment, but ndiyayibona le nto uyibonayo ndase, I said. And then, this is what most people ask. I don't even want to say it. I'm going to put it up here. Like, everyone was asking this question. I wonder why was it so interesting. But I guess, you also want to know what they do. I don't know. But yeah. So this question is, what did you... But the question is, what did you study? And what are you doing for a living? What profession are you in? What career field are you in? And so forth. By the way, ndanfunde AUCT. So what I studied is that I did my electrical engineering BSc AUCT, and then I also did my master's AUCT, and then I also did my project management certificate AUCT. So that's what I studied. E-profession in Dukuyo is the engineering field. I know that someone asked about tech. So I mean STEM, yes, but not necessarily tech. So I think when you're talking about tech, I assume you mean tech, like software, IT, and so forth, but I'm in engineering and the field is renewable energy. So in the field renewable energy, we are trying to make this world a better place. You know, we are trying to meet ESCOM halfway, so that's what I do. And I am a project engineer there, for a renewable energy consultant company, right? Maybe I'm too vague, so mandicacise kakuhle, so that just in case kukhona umuntu obukeleyo apha that may need a consultant like me. So what we do, we assist with renewable energy projects, right, at initial stage during operation. So mostly I'm involved in the initial stage, which means the development stage. That's where we go and analyze sites and we see their feasibility, you know. We do projects that install measuring campaigns, you know, ezazinto zibekayo to see if ever apha kuzoba khona, is it feasible to have a wind farm, is it feasible to have a solar farm. And then we take that and then we analyze the data over a year. Then we do energy analysis, that is, we predict how much energy that wind farm, should you have it there, will produce, you know, those kind of studies. So another question was that, are you in a profession that is related to your studies, meaning wenza lento ubuyifundele? And yes, ndasendenza lento bendiyifundele. I am so fortunate for that. I don't take that for granted, because these days, like, uzofunda ufunde and then, like, at the end of the day ungafumani lento ubuyifunde. I know that very well. So yeah, but at the moment I am doing what I studied for and what I love the most. Another question related to that was that, do you enjoy what you are doing? Yo, mdase, abantu abandaziyo, they know for sure I'm one person that enjoys what I'm doing. And they used to tease me ever sithi besithi wena siba nguwe umuntu ozohlala kwi-technical environment, quoting amagama kanamhla. But yeah, so I love what I do. I love technical work. I love engineering. I love being involved. I love problem solving. That's me. Now, linking that question to la question it, would you do YouTube or content creation full time? I know things change and so forth, but personally I would not do that. Yes, it could be a reason of knowing that maybe it does not make a lot of money. That information I do not know, because, you know, I am still new to this field. But personally I would not do content creation full time, for the reason I just mentioned, that I love my job. I love what I'm doing. I am very passionate with what I do. And in addition to what I do, I also do tutoring, right? I am saying this because someone asked, if ever you were not doing what you are doing, what would you do? So mama mitishala uyabo. So since I don't know when, but I've always loved teaching. I've, like, ndiyathanda teacher. Maybe nani andibona guys xa sendithetha uba hey ndinevavavo, but ndiyathanda uteacher kudala, futhi ndayibona loo nto since high school. I've always liked that side of me. So only if let's say we would put teaching here, and then we would put we would put engineering here, and then they tell you actually these two things zibhatala ngokulinganayo, I will give you an honest answer. I would choose teaching any day. And because I love teaching so much, I am still doing that as a tutor, like a side hustle thing. So I do that from I tutor grade 8 to 12 and varsity students, but mostly my friends that I assist. But I mostly enjoy that group of learners from grade 8 to 12, especially grade 12, because at least those ones, they have a vision, they know what they're studying for. So you don't have to do a lot of work, you just teach. And yeah, so that's what I would do if I was not an engineer. Okay, and then someone asked, what did my husband study? So that question we'll probably answer when we do a couples question and answer. And then they ask, any plans for working abroad? So because the question asked if ever you have any plans for working abroad, so the direct answer is that I do not have any plans to work abroad. But should an opportunity come, it's something that me and my husband, me and Sbari have spoken about, and we are open to that, but I do not have any plans. I like it here. Okay, do you enjoy your work? I assume you're in tech. I answered that. Any advice for someone in tech? And I did not study any tech degree. So this is just my advice I always give to my student when they are doing their grade 12, is that this person, they're interested in tech, but they did not study tech. We are so fortunate now, things have changed. These days there are postgrad certificates, there are diplomas, there are short courses that you can get online. So if ever you are really interested in something that you did not study for, what you can do, you can look up for those short courses, certificates that you can do. I know, for example, a friend of mine, she did engineering, but after studying and so forth, she was not interested in that, and so she did data scientist. She is now a data scientist. And yes, these ones are most likely maybe very linked. However, to enhance that, she did certificates after another certificate, and now, so if you're really interested in something and you did not study for that, these days information is out there. You have to do those certificates, at least have that certificate to give you an entry-level job, and then you can build thereafter. And if you're really interested in something, do not try and, or I don't want to say humble yourself, but understand that you might have to start at the beginning. Why am I saying that? It's because I know, for example, after I studied, I went to work for Eskom. So I already had 2 years of experience, entry level. Then I went to do my master's, right? Then during my master's, I was interested in another field, not in fossil fuels or that kind of electrical engineering. I was interested in renewables. However, I did not have the experience, right? At least this one was linked to my engineering. With the masters that I had, I knew that if I want to be in the field of renewables, I have to start at an entry-level job because I do not have experience for that. And so therefore, I started as an intern again. You see, so with these things, if you are interested in something else, know that you're going to take the consequences or responsibilities. For example, having to start at the bottom again, you see. So yeah, that is my advice. Try and get those certificates and know that you're gonna start at the entry level. And then another question is that, are you a tourist or you just like traveling? Another question that was related to this, you are traveling a lot. I assume your job requires you to travel. I'm not a tourist. I wish I had that kind of money to be a tourist, that would be nice. But I'm not a tourist, and I do like traveling. And yes, my job requires me to travel a lot. Like I mentioned to you, that we go to site, we are involved in site in project development. So therefore, sites are in different locations. So if ever you are doing that certain project, you have to travel to that location for you to be able to perform the project. So hence I'm traveling a lot. And then in terms of the international travel, I'm working for an international company, and so offices are based almost everywhere, you can say, or let me say in most countries. And so when I travel via my job to see my colleagues. So that's why I travel. And then also I traveled with my friend. So yeah, so now we go to another part of questions, like how did you meet Unamhla? So people ask this on YouTube, they ask this on TikTok. So I met Unamhla eVarsity in 2012. Yeah, first year of varsity, that's where I met Unamhla, and I am glad I did. And history esodibana nam Unamhla, I'm not sure if wakho asibales, but I think wakho asibales. But I was that girl, at the time I joined EUCT, my English, was not Englishing. It was not make sure and I didn't want to speak to anyone unless when I was on this course, and then I would speak to you. And then the Tibana I think it was during O week, Reze 1, and during O week, and I'm seeing this girl, I better English, I said bye. I was like, okay, and the thing girl, because the amount of this course in English, right? So if the Amana was a man in Nokola, and a man about, oh, good, I could understand, but it was so hard for me to actually speak in English, and then my confidence as well. Because sometimes you might know something, but the confidence of saying it out, it was not make sure. So I was like, I said dining hall, because I was like, and then because of that, then friendship can get develop, and since then we've always been friends. And then we go to family questions. Oh, I get easy family questions. I think you can take a break now, and then you come back, because your IS is intense, more than intense, the real. Yeah, one. So now we're about to get real. These are basic questions. Yeah, one. So now I should actually do those things, so that if you are interested to come straight here, you can just do that. How did you and your husband meet? Most people ask that question. You know the answer for this. I'm gonna put a link here, and if I don't, please go check my video of how we met. That video is so long that you can't miss how we met, but long story short, we met AUCT through UCT football. Yeah, so Lalani football, guys. Maybe I'm joking, but that's how we met. What is the age gap between you and your hubby? Age gap, Dina 28. Uhabi una 30. So the age gap is 2 years. How long did you date for before getting married? 4 full years and some months. Yeah. So since 2019, 2020, 21, 22, 23. Yeah. So 4 full years and some months. I feel like if it was according to him and the finances were good, I feel like we would have been married a long time ago. Or maybe during that year of varsity. I feel like, yeah, now according to him, already, he used to say, yeah, but yeah, guys, I was never ready. I think how many kids do you plan? And they're good. Do you have kids? I do not have kids. Do you plan on having babies anytime soon? Yo, mara guys, the question is like, so yeah, I will not answer the question, but I will answer the question that says, do you want kids? Yes, I want kids. And how many kids do you want? I want 2 or maybe 3. Yes. How do you feel when people ask you about having a baby? Because some people, including myself, don't like those kind of questions. She said it. Like, hello guys, but me, I don't want you to hear it from me. But can you ask those questions? Basi data. When we were dating, they were like, when are you guys getting married? And then now we are married. When are you guys having babies? Then we want to have babies. When are you guys having a second child? Because, yeah, and I do not like those kind of questions. Personally, I also do not like, but yeah. I think you could allow premature. But okay, I did say also ngogana bensenza la questioning thing that ngizoziphendula ezinye ngizoziphendula, and I did say buzani yonke into enifunayo. So I guess umuntu ubuzile, but sorry, I'm not going to answer that question. How do you ask these questions real? Like, guys, how did your parents and sisters take your fat and sad situation before getting married? And what was your reason? And not one person asked this. And also, how did you know Baba in terms of fat and sad? Like, we are happy. But okay, since it's happy, okay, how did your parents say? Okay, my father did not know. My father did not know. And then my sister was fine. Unatu was fine. She was fine. I don't even know how I told Unat. I didn't even say it. It was just that thing, come and visit, and then Lonabo was around. So it was never like, so I don't know how they really feel, but they did not show me that they are not supportive of it. And they never said that we are supportive of it. So how did my mother feel? So umama only knew about this when Usbari made his intentions about me. Yeah. So it's not like she always knew. She only knew when we started, communicating about the fact that at some point he is planning on getting married to me, and that was made clear to my mother. So by that time, my mother knew that, okay, this guy had intentions. So it was kind of, yeah. So yeah, my father did not know. He still doesn't know, but I guess now he knows. Okay, so the next question is, how did your father react when you told him you are getting, or let me say, when you told him you are getting married? So okay, my mom, okay, because I think this question was like, how did your family react? So my mother was fine. My mother was happy. I could see my mother's reaction, because when we told her about that, she was really happy and excited and wanting when and stuff like that. However, with my father, it was different, because I remember like Christmas, I remember the conversation very well, because I even started putting hints long time ago when I started knowing, okay, but Lona was planning on doing this. So I started giving my dad hints, because I remember this Christmas time, he was saying that because sonke singamantombi, right? So obviously xa sitshatile sonke sizohamba, right? So wathi akho umuntu uzawutshata, and if ever we do get married, umfana uzawuza apha. Yeah, like how does that even make sense? So since then I was always scared to tell him, because I always had an idea about, if ulonabo uzawuyoxela phaya, it's gonna be, izawunguqhusa. So every time I would go home, I would always say, yes, kukhona abantu abazawufika apha, and yonto uzathi ngabantu baphabo, akho bantu bazawufika apha, and yena akafuni inkomo, uyayibo? So something like that. So I was always scared to say that to him. However, after we told my mother, we were like, mama, we are scared to tell Utata. How are we going to do all this? Do we write a letter? Do we write an email? I mean, like, before we even send a letter, I think someone should speak to him so that at least say isantya. But son, I think ukuguga, he was so calm. Like uthi mama, he was so happy after he heard the news. The mane buzba, hayibo bafika nini kanti aba bantu? Like, so I think he took the news very well. How do you keep the fire or the love burning between you and your husband? That's it. I like the fact that you are saying the fire. How do we keep things? I think this is a couple question. Has it sunk in that you are now Mrs. and how does it make you feel? These questions are real. I'm glad, Futi. I'm glad that I get to answer them. Dindodo. Honestly, I can't think in Lendubandingu Mrs. Womdu, but it's getting there. It's getting there, I think. I think it's getting there. And I think more especially when Abandu City we ask, then I'm like, who is that? Then again. And also when the family is involved, like we're trying to solve family stuff together, then it's sinking in, but now we are no longer like girlfriend and boyfriend, because we are not only dealing with our issues or our challenges or our happiness. We are involving other people, of which that was not new, because already when we were dating, it was like we were doing things like that already. Ibe involved with family yam, nambe involved with family yakhe. I'm also answering that question of Uba, how did you feel ngowang Makoti and all that. I'm gonna sum it also here so that it like guys, personally ngokana bendingumakoti on xa sendifikile phaya it clicked uba girl ungumntana walapha ngoku, right? And guys, it's like a switch uba ngoku I think, I mean, I would say it's the same thing like you are adopting someone, right? At an old age. And imagine now adopter umuntu esemdala, when you are excited that you are getting a new member. However, you are not taking into consideration how does that person feel from moving from another family to this, because ithetha ixesha elide into yoba now you have to adjust and be like, you are no longer a child. Mind you, ekhaya mna ndingumntana, akho nto ibuzwa kum, nam ndibuze ebantwini because ndingumntana, right? And then all of a sudden ngoku ulapha kulo mzi, right? And yes, they're taking care of you, they're doing everything to accommodate you, but you are not a child anymore. Awusengomntana, izinto zibuzwa kuwe, nguwe umuntu omentla uphendula uba namhlanje kuzophekwa ntoni, namhlanje kuthwani. Like the little things, they triggered me uba yes, now ndingumfazi womzi, funeke ndicingile uba into ethile iza kwenziwa njani. Like laa nto izovele yenzeke in a split second, especially xa ungayiqhelanga. Laa nto challenge in a way. I had to constantly remind myself that you're gonna get used to it, and I am thankful that Ulonabo was by my side. But yo baby, like I am feeling like this now, but yo ngoku andingumntana. Like abantwana babuza kum izinto, abantwana they feel like ndingumntu omdala, and at the same time I don't feel like that, yabona. And the fact that now umamazala sees you as umfazi womntanakhe, it's not the same as umama wakho seeing you as umntana. I don't know if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, I could say it was very challenging for me. It was very, and I think it still is. But I think it will get better. We'll get used to each other. I'll get used to umakhulu, I mean umamazala wam. At the moment they are doing everything they can. Like they were doing everything, let me say. And then they're trying to make you feel better, but deep inside Christmas going, that's how I felt, especially on Christmas Day. Christmas Day was so hard for me. It was so hard for me, but at least now Christmas is a huge thing, so at least, you know, being busy and stuff made it very easy. And then what made it worse was the fact that being a network, so I couldn't even speak to them and stuff like that. But yeah, and then the next question is, how does it feel like being married compared to when you were dating? For us, in a relationship, honestly speaking, like you guys asked, and said. So already and we were doing things together from the beginning. At the time, besendiyazi family yakhe because I've been there, and then beyazi family excluding my father. So already besesi within, if you get me. If you get me. But yeah, so nothing really changed, but something changed because now I don't know, I mean, that word for me scares me. It really scares me. I feel like, wait. But yeah, that's what changed, the fact that now you need to be considerate of family. Not that I was not, but now you have to be intentional about those things. And then another question is, usenayo umamazala or utatazala, and how is your relationship with your in-laws? So I do have mamazala and senayo utatazala, and my relationship is growing with my in-laws, because the relationship with my in-laws ameqala ngo 2019 when we started dating. That's when I started knowing my in-laws. Go 2019 go December. So for example, his sisters and brothers already were in communication since 2019. I would go visit them upper Cape Town and all that. But no mama zala wake besendimazi, like one of the 2021 ebezile apha kuthi wahlala nathi for some time, so besesine-relationship already. So I would say relationship yethu be right. And you know what was nice at the time? You knew you were a girlfriend, so there were no expectations, and so you were free in terms of being you, and you know, being your bubbly you and all that. And even if they would make a comment, it wouldn't matter. Yeah, but now what changes is that your relationship yenu has moved to be Mrs. or Makoti or umfazi umntanakhe to mother-in-law. So now I'm trying to adjust to the fact that I can't just say, hey, ndimbize ngegama lakhe and stuff like that, because before we were talking like that. Now I feel like laa nto ibeke laa nto, hey, ndoyika nofowuna ngoku sometimes, because I'm like, andazi bafuneka ibe formal or ibe ntoni, kanti before I was like, and when Lana was calling out, even, you know, say something in the background, but ngoku I don't know, noba ndisabamba isidima or something. Sorry, I think ndisabamba isidima, because ungatsho uba kutheni ndingekho njengangotya. But yeah, that is that. How was your marriage or Makoti life? I think I answered that. Umakoti wandawoni icofa imvaba, so ndingasenququ, Makoti wasenququ emahlathini. And then any regrets in life? Yes, I do have a regret, I think, that I could think of now. Yes, however, I feel like I would have more regret not doing what I did, right? But I feel like the regret that I have now, I'm just living with it, right? Yeah, I don't know if it makes sense. For me, I'd rather have this kind of regret of doing something than not doing it. I don't know. Yeah, for this particular thing. Yes. Yeah, I think that's just that one that I can think of. I do have that kind of regret. Would you do YouTube full-time? I already answered that part. So now we're gonna go to YouTube questions. Another one is like, I love your fitness discipline. You are an inspiration. What motivates you to keep fit? That's it. Yo, I want this question to motivate me. I also want this question to motivate me. Benzacho, I want this question to motivate me. Like, okay, but firstly, I'm glad that you are inspired, and thank you. However, I want that discipline back. Yo, guys, I try. But I would say, Shem, when it comes to exercise, fitness-wise, I am disciplined enough. However, the problem for me is food. Yo, guys, like, yo, what motivates you? What motivates me is the fact that I love doing fitness stuff. I am an active person, let alone the fact that maybe you can't see it, but I am an active person, and I love being active. Yes, and what motivates me also is the fact that I love doing things in teams. Like, for example, soccer, doing squash, doing gym buddies and stuff like that. That's what motivates me, because I like keeping to my word if I'm doing it with someone. But if ndim ndodwa, yeah. Oh, and yes, usibari makes it different. Even if nguye lona wandisusa kwi-routine, but shame having him on my side iyandiyenza abantu bene-discipline. And then any highest time, I've been watching your vlogs these days, and I'm so happy for you and inspired. Ngiyakusaba ukuba ngumakoti. It seems demanding. So my first question is, do you have any pressures in your makoti era, and how are you handling them? So to answer that first question is that at the moment, no. I'm still very new, guys. December, I'm still very new. So I haven't experienced any pressures. What I do is like at the time with December, what I did was day-to-day stuff, like and go in now, but it's just that now you have to do them. You can't go in, you can part-time them, you know. So those are the only things. It's just that you had to do, the normal basic stuff: tea, cleaning, supper, dinner, lunch. Uyabona ezaa zinto uzuqonda okay now ayibomntasa uyazazi. So for me it was that. I'm sure it's gonna get, xa ndiqala ke ngoku usebenza uye emicimbini and stuff. Did you go through any pre-marriage counseling with Usbari? If so, how was it? And if not, why not? I feel like this is a couple question. I pray blessings over your union. Thank you so much. I have answered this. How many siblings do you have? How did you adjust to your new family? Were there any difficulties or fears which you have overcame, or which you have to overcome? I like this question because I answered this, but guys, that one is real. Like, adapting to a new family is not easy. It's not easy. Or maybe let me say it's not the same for everyone. How do you manage your finances with your hubby? Yo guys, understand izinto. How do you manage? We manage our finances as husband and wife, if that's an answer. Well, that's a vague answer, but that's how we manage our finances. Did you always play soccer before you went to UCT? Yes, I played once. Inyanga, let me not lie, I was gonna say I never. But yeah, I started AUCT to play seriously. If you didn't study electrical engineering, what would you have studied? I answered that. Are you happy where you are in life? Am I happy? I am very much happy. I'm not even gonna lie. I am not even gonna sugarcoat it. I am very much happy. But like we always say, you always want more for yourself. But honestly speaking, I am very happy and content where I'm at. But I am continuing to ask God for more and have goals and, other stuff. But I am happy. I am very much happy. It could have been worse and it can be better, but I am happy. How did you get through the electrical engineering stress up until your master's program? And how old are you? How did I get through electrical engineering? Guys, electrical engineering is intense. It's very stressful. Like, it is very stressful. But one thing I will tell you, having a study group and having people around you makes it very much better, because you are not in this alone. You are in this together. And the most challenging year was the first year for me. I know for some people it's like third year, fourth year, but for me personally it was first year. And I think even for my grades can tell you, I think first year, because at that time you don't know how things work, you don't know how to study, you don't have any friends, you don't know how things are going here, you don't know who's who, you don't know who to ask, so that was very challenging. So yeah, how did you get through that? So how I got through that was the fact that you need to find people in your corner. Find people in your corner. Don't study alone. Don't be on your own. Don't think you are the it. Find people in your corner. That helped a lot. Maybe even if you are the it, but find people in your corner, because that really helps. That's all I'm gonna say. How did hubby tell you uba uzokulobola, uzokwenza umfazi wakhe? I feel like Usbari told me that ngo-2019 already uba wena ngizokulobola, and every year he would remind me, and every other year he would remind me. So I can't really say it was a moment thing that baby ngizakulobola, yabo ngizokwenza umfazi wami. It was not something like that. So I can't really tell you guys how he told me, but he always said to me, wena uzaba Mrs. Case. How do you find this journey? I answered that. I love your aura. Keep shining. All the best. Thank you. I did not know you until Namsha mentioned you were engaged, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Life is hard. What keeps you going? Okay, I'll answer that last part. Life is hard. What keeps you going? What keeps me going? Oh, these questions are very hard. keeps me going? What keeps me going for me, it's my family. It's trying to do the best for myself, and also trying to be better for my family and be able to provide for me and my family around me. That keeps me going. And obviously God by my side, together we keep going. Cape Town is such an expensive city. I relocated. Are you and hubby planning on staying and building your family in Cape Town? Short answer, yes, until something changes. And I think according to him, there's no yohlala ecofa baba, but at the moment we are here. So I think we are open to be anywhere, especially because I'm working from home. So if he gets to relocate, ngiyamlandela right there. How did you become friends with Namhla and Zizi? I've already answered the part for Namhla. Uzizi is Namhla's friend, Namhla is my friend, you know. So I think that's a short answer. So hi Siba, are you originally from Cape Town? No. Oh, someone feels what I'm feeling. Sana, as questions, yangathi zizawuphendulwa ndim. Yo guys, as questions, okay, I love you. Do you guys have a child? No. So tell me, after how long of dating with your hubby did you guys decide to move in together? Yo guys, I do not know the months. It's after the months.
What? We have the month.
It's been months. What is that thing? I don't know. Honestly, I do not know. When we were in res, we're not staying together, but most of the time we're always together. I can say. So I don't know if you consider that as moving in, because why res, res. And then after that, 2019 COVID, and then naye wahlala kowabo nami ndahlala ekhaya. And then after COVID, it made sense that sihlale sobabili. So I think from 2021 we stayed together. Yeah, so I don't know, that's after how many years? Yeah, so it doesn't feel like it was after 2 years, because ever city, I am telling you, I know akuvumelekanga, but it felt like we were staying together, because most of the time we're always together. Another question is, how long are you going to wear your Makoti uniform or amacheruman? So it's for 3 months up at Cape Town, and then obviously all the time ngandiyobona in-laws zam, yes, sihlala kufitshane, sihlale up eKapa. So yeah, so for 3 months, and then naxa ndiyozibona. But unless umamazala can say, hayi ke mntase ungazikhulula, because ngobe ndibuya ndiye ndazikhulula if niyaqaphela, maybe for like 1 day, 2 days, and then xa simane sithetha ke ngoko, and then mamazala was like, no dear, you are supposed to wear them until like 6 months or 3 months, you know. So yeah, so that's why I'm wearing them. And why do you still wear them? It's a show of respect. It's, you know, ikwala, that's how they explained it, that ikwala liyanxiba nalo immediately after liphume ebukrwaleni, and then after some time it's for respect, dignity, and all those kind of stuff. So yeah, respect to them, respect to the ancestors, and showing them that yes, the same sis uyaz. I don't know if that answers your question, but yeah, I think those are the questions. I try to answer everything. I don't know if ndiziphendule TikTok, but as a TikTok ndiyondizidibanisa nezika-Instagram. So if I did not answer your question, hopefully I would get to answer it next time I do this, an updated one. And thank you guys so much for the questions, and I hope this helps you to get to know me better. I don't know, but thank you guys so much. Do not forget to like the video, do not forget to subscribe. I know it was very long. It was even long for me, to a point that I was doing it in pieces. But yeah, thank you guys so much, and see you in another video.